while waiting for people to come in, please feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat. We'd love to know where you're logging in from. And maybe if you could say hello in your language, that would be great. So I can see here some people joining us from Kyrgyzstan, from Indonesia, from Bangladesh. Very nice. I think some people are still joining us, so please have a go at the chat so we can see who's in the room with us as we celebrate this wonderful event. So before we start, just a couple of reminders for our audience. If you could kindly keep your microphones and videos disabled throughout the event to lessen the load on your internet bandwidth. And if you could also rename your Zoom name to include your country as well, so we know where our audience are coming from. And then if you have any questions or concerns as we go through with the event, please put them in the chat box. I am May Albiento, a co-leader at EvalYouthAsia, and I will be your moderator for tonight's event. To formally welcome us to the event, I'd like to call on Maduka Lianmagamage, one of my fellow co-leaders at EvalYouthAsia. Go ahead,
Thank
Maduka.
you. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you from joining us from different parts of the world. So, on behalf of EvalYouth Asia Co-Leaders team, I extend a warm welcome to all of you to this special occasion. That is our 5th anniversary celebration. So, over the past 5 years, our journey has been remarkable, but it's not been a very smooth road. But together as a team, through dedication and unwavering support, we have overcome a lot of achievements and a lot of barriers, and we have achieved significant milestones as a volunteer network in Asia Pacific region. So, as EvalYouth Asia, we believe that EvalYouth Asia has not only grown but also succeeded in raising awareness among young and emerging evaluators, not only in the Asia Pacific region but also in the global scale. So this success would not have been possible without the contribution of our incredible members, volunteers, co-founders, and past and present co-leaders. So we are deeply grateful for your continuous support and commitment to our shared vision. So today, as a part of our celebration, we will reflect on the key highlights of EvalYouth Asia's journey over the past 5 years. And also, we will bid farewell to some of our valued team members. And while we are very excited to welcome new co-leaders to the team. So I invite all of you again to stay with us for this 1 hour and celebrate our EvalYouth Asia's 5th anniversary with us together. Thank you, and over to you, May.
Thanks so much, Maduka. Throughout the event, we'll be showcasing videos of some of our national chapters' accomplishment throughout the year. So now let's have a look at EvalYouth Sri Lanka's video contribution for this event. Over to you, Cassidy. thanks so much for that video from Evil Youth Sri Lanka. This chapter has been one of the most active chapters that we've had since we started building our network of national chapters of Evil Youth here in Asia Pacific, and I'm really happy to see that they're going strong in their work in Sri Lanka to build the capacities of young and emerging evaluators in their country. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so now please join me in welcoming Gabriela Renteria Flores, the former chair of Evil Youth Global, for her keynote address. Over to you, Gabby. Let me share your slide.
Thank you, May. Good morning or good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, depending on where you're joining. I'm joining from Mexico, and it's great to be here with you. It is actually a great honor to join you on this occasion, the 5th anniversary of EvalYouthAsia. One might say that with over 5 years experience in the evaluation field, this chapter is not an emerging one anymore. This celebration is just more than another milestone, but it actually is a proof of the voluntary work, the passion, and commitment of young and emerging evaluators and its supporters of this region. It also stands as a proof that the voluntary work, when fueled by vision and dedication, can sustain itself and thrive over the years. As I prepare and I'm concluding my role as Evil Youth Global Network Chair, I've taken the time to reflect on my collaboration with Evil Youth Asia, and I feel deeply honored to be here with you today and to have had the privilege of witnessing remarkable transformations laid by young and emerging evaluators worldwide, but in particularly in this region. Today, I'd like to share some reflections on building bridges and driving systemic change through intergenerational collaboration, a cornerstone of Evil Youth missions and impact. Can you go to the next slide? Next slide. Thank you. Using today's themes as a guide, let me start with a metaphor, a bridge. The construction of bridges requires actually significant effort, resources, materials, labor. I'm not a builder or a constructor, but I know it takes time. But most importantly, construction of bridges demands a vision. In our work, I like to think of Evil Youth and its supporters as that bridge, as you can see here in the image, because they connect seasoned evaluators with those with decades of experience to the fresh perspectives and the energy and innovation of young and emerging evaluators. I also want to take a moment to honor the visionaries who created Evil Youth Network, a network by young and emerging evaluators for young and emerging evaluators. We started with 23 young and emerging evaluators back in like almost 10 years ago, 9 years. But now, as you can see, we have Evil Youth is not only a global network, it has regional chapters, it has national chapters, as May just mentioned, and they're thriving success. That vision of creating a young and emerging evaluators network for young and emerging evaluators by young and emerging evaluators has catalyzed countless initiatives and driven meaningful change. Nowadays, it's really unthinkable to go to a conference where young and emerging evaluators are not present or are not leading transformations. In particularly, a great example of this is Evil Youth Asia, because with their work, they have shown us that the momentum of young and emerging evaluators can lead to impactful transformations. Within Evil Youth, can you go next slide, please? Within Evil Youth, there are many initiatives that carry the flag of intergenerational collaboration, such as the Global Mentoring Program, that it's coming soon, the Young in Evaluation campaign, and the Eval for Action movement, and also the workshop for career development that might have taken place all over the world. These actions embody the spirit of bridge building because they are fostering connections that empower and inspire evaluators across generations. However, building bridges is not an easy task. Neither is promoting the meaningful participation of youth in evaluation or advancing intergenerational collaboration. Both require patience, commitment, and a shared belief in the value of diverse perspective. This is the true power of bridges. When we connect, we create something extraordinary. Together, we strengthen our field and amplify our impact. So why do we need these bridges? Why focus on intergenerational collaboration to drive systemic change? And why is systemic change important? Next slide, please. Systemic change goes far beyond addressing simple problems. It requires us to challenge and transform underlying structures, assumptions, and mindsets. Let's take a moment to reflect on systemic change through the lens of connection and interconnectedness. The challenges we face today, like climate change, gender inequality, poverty, food insecurity, or insecurity in general, may appear as separate issues, but they are actually deeply interconnected. Climate change, for instance, exacerbates food insecurity by disrupting agricultural cycles, which eventually turns and deepens poverty. Gender inequality intersects with these challenges as women and girls are disproportionately affected by this crisis. Systemic change requires us to address not just the symptoms, but the roots of these interconnected challenges. It's not about solving one problem in isolation, but about creating multiplicatory effects that influence multiple systems. It's about creating collective solutions. Evaluation helps us to see these connections. Through data and evidence, we can uncover the unintended impacts of an intervention, both positive and negative. For instance, I don't know if any of you have or encountered an evaluation like this, but I remember one very famous paper of a program promoting economic empowerment who inadvertently, unintendedly caused women workloads increases at homes. So evaluation could give us the tools to enable to understand these complexities and design solutions that are inclusive and holistic. Evaluation plays a crucial role as it helps us identify and leverage points, understand what works, for whom, and under what circumstances, and uncover the unexpected consequences of projects and programs. Evaluation gives us the tools to navigate complexity and drive meaningful change. But thinking about all of these problems in this systemic way, it's far too complex. It might be too complex or too big for one person, one organization, or even one generation to tackle alone. No discipline, sector, or generation can solve these issues alone in isolation. We need collective intelligence and collaboration across boundaries, geographically, disciplinary, and generational. We can see, for instance, in EvalYouthAsia, you guys are working all over the region, from different disciplines, working not only young and emerging evaluators, but intergenerationally. This is where EvalYouthAsia shines, if you ask me. Time and time again, EvalYouthAsia has demonstrated that when older generations contribute with young evaluators, the results are transformative. Next slide, please. Intergenerational collaboration is just not a buzzword. You can hear it everywhere nowadays, but it's not a buzzword, or at least not in our work. It is a strategy for resilience and change, resilience and progress. Intergenerational collaboration mirrors the interconnectedness we see in the systems we aim to change. Seasoned generations bring historical context, showing us how past decisions have led to current challenges. Younger generations not only bring fresh perspectives, but really help us to design solutions that are sustainable, forward-looking, and help us to understand today. This collaboration ensures that our solutions are not only effective today, but also resilient tomorrow. A great example of this interconnectedness approach comes from EvalYouthAsia itself. Next slide, please. Because the region's efforts have strengthened the evaluation capacity while also addressing regional problems. By empowering young and emerging evaluators, EvalYouthAsia isn't just advancing the evaluation field, it's actually contributing to the global goals by ensuring that evidence-based solutions are made to tackle poverty, inequality, and environmental change. Next slide, please. EvalYouthAsia, it's really the proof that when experienced professionals have provided guidance to young and emerging evaluators who have seized the opportunities to lead, this evaluation has created a true passing of the torch, a model for the global evaluation community. EvalYouthAsia within EvalYouth and in general within the VOPAs is one of the most active ones. You can really see their energy, their passion, and their commitment. I just wanted to put here like a few pictures of the current co-leaders because I want to appreciate all the work you have done and really recognizing in all of these pictures that it's not only about young and emerging evaluators, or it's not about the work of recent young and emerging evaluators. It has been like a collective work and a collective effort. Next slide, please. And just take a minute, thank you, to thank your work. But now we're talking a lot about systemic change, but to really drive systemic change, we must embrace system thinking, a mindset that recognizes interconnectedness of problems, players, and solutions. System thinking asks us to map the system. What does it mean? It actually means to understand the relationship between different elements of a challenge. For instance, how does education affect economic growth? How does healthcare impact gender equality, etc.? Really understanding and going beyond barriers or going beyond frontiers. In system thinking, they ask us to identify leverage points. This means focus on interventions that can create the greatest impact across multiple areas and to engage diverse stakeholders. This is involve all the voices. In this case, for example, young and seasoned evaluators from local chapters to regional chapters to global networks to ensure a holistic perspective. Evaluation is a key tool for systems thinking, in my perspective, because it allows us to measure not just direct outcomes, but also the multiplicatory effects of our actions. One example of this is a program that might train young and emerging evaluators to strengthen their capacity, but at the end, it also strengthened the broader evaluation ecosystem by creating future leaders. Every time, like I've been to evaluation conferences, when people just approach me and say, hey, I participated into the mentoring program, and that gave me the vision to pursue something else and to actually pursue something in the evaluation field. And I see them as leaders in evaluation nowadays. And this is exactly a part of our work. This is exactly how everything we try to think should work. But now, can you go to the next slide, please? But what does it all mean for you? What does it mean for you individually, the evaluators and future leaders in this room? It actually means recognizing that your work is not confined to one project, one generation. Each decision you make and each bridge you build contributes to a larger system of change. Whether you are a young and emerging evaluator participating to a mentoring program, whether you're designing an evaluation framework or advocate for young and emerging evaluators or for evidence-based policies, your actions have multiplicatory effects. You are not just solving problems, you're actually shaping systems. Driving systemic change and embracing interconnectedness is a shared responsibility. It's about asking ourselves, how can we ensure that the solutions address not just one problem, but also long-term consequences. How can we create platforms where young and emerging evaluators feel empowered to contribute with their perspectives? How can we, as a community, collaborate to address the root causes of the challenges we face? How are we challenging power dynamics? How are we challenging structures? We need to create intentional spaces for dialogue and communication. We need to build these bridges to intergenerational collaboration. As I've mentioned, EvalYouthAsia has already demonstrated that these questions are not theoretical, but they are actionable by fostering intergenerational collaboration. You guys are already creating a model of interconnected solutions that the global evolution field can learn from. And of course, if you ask me, like, not ask me this in particular, but I know that building bridges is not without, it doesn't come without challenges, but also in the evaluation field, it's neither easy. Power dynamics can create tensions and discomfort. For example, how to build bridges for intergenerational collaboration. Actually, generational stereotypes can lead to misunderstanding, prejudgments, and sometimes we cannot find the way, we cannot find this space. These challenges are opportunities, if you ask me. They push us to improve how can we communicate, collaborate, and lead. And the key lies in creating intentional spaces for dialogue, mentorship, and co-creation. When we address these barriers, we actually unlock the true potential of intergenerational collaboration. Next slide, please. To truly drive systemic change, we cannot just build bridges, but actually our bridges must be long-lasting bridges. They must be built to last. In our context, actually, this means institutionalizing intergenerational collaboration through formal mentorship, through dialogue, through capacity building activities, through inclusive decision-making processes, intentional decision-making processes, and continuous projects. It means creating opportunities for young evaluators to lead while being supported not only by experienced professionals, but by other young and emerging evaluators. It means ensuring that these efforts are not just one-time efforts, but are part of a long-term vision for organization. And this will have an impact to the broader evaluation field. I always think that if we care and love our profession as much as we say, we should be interested that the legacy doesn't end with us, but that continues. If we truly believe in the transformational power of evaluation, we need to be open to innovation, to diversity. EvalYouthAsia has laid the foundation for this sustainability through initiatives. Now it is the time to take this effort to the next level, to continue building this intergenerational collaboration and to continue opening up opportunities for young and emerging evaluators, not only to participate, to have a seat on the table, to lead. Now, can you go to the next one? Now, I would like, what is our shared responsibility? Before I ask you, what is your role in all of this? But what is our shared responsibility? To address these challenges, we need to be open, empower diverse perspectives. We need to seek that collaboration to tackle and address the challenges and problems. And we need to purposefully look for this intergenerational collaboration. Next slide, please. I'm just gonna keep these questions here. How can I promote intergenerational collaboration in my work? How can I help build long-lasting bridges for systemic change? What legacy will I leave for future evaluators? This is our main challenge. Let's take a moment to reflect. What role can I play in fostering intergenerational collaboration? Not only in my work, but in my day-to-day work, in my day-to-day life. How can I contribute to building lasting bridges to drive systemic change? Just take a moment and imagine a future where every evaluator, regardless of their age and background, has a voice at the table. Imagine the solutions we could create, the lives we could transform, and the legacy we could leave behind. Together, we have the tools, the passion, and the commitment to make this vision a reality. I've been, like, people always ask me, why should we empower young and emerging evaluators? We are all evaluators. Yes, but we also must recognize our differences. We also must recognize that young and emerging evaluators face a different reality, maybe face different challenges. And I always say, just think of yourself as a young and emerging evaluator. If you're a seasoned evaluator, think of you as yourself when you were starting in this profession, in this career, and who helped you to join this career, who help you in these first steps, in those first steps, and be that person be that enabler for young and emerging evaluators. Next slide, please. As I end, I just want to say a brief message. Together, we have the tools, we have the passion, and we have the commitment to make this like systemic change a reality. Together, we build a sustainable future. And what I've seen in not only in this region, but in general, like about intergenerational collaboration, if we keep promoting intergenerational collaboration to drive systemic change, the future is bright. So let us keep building those bridges. Let us connect across generation, across regions, across boundaries, and let us create a world where systemic change is not just possible, but it's actually inevitable, that it's actionable. Thank you. Next slide. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Gabby, for that beautiful message. And thank you for always being game whenever EvalYouthAsia requests your presence in our events, even if you have to wake up super early or stay up super late, and we super appreciate all of it. And we know this is not the last time that we'll work with you, and we're not going to burn bridges with you. And we look forward to seeing you around in the evaluation landscape. We know there's a lot of opportunities where we'll continue to be in touch and continue to work together to champion YEEs. All right, let me take a moment to put my slides back. Sorry for the technical challenges. If you have any questions for Gabby, please do put them in the chat. Or if anyone has some questions, you can also just raise your hand and we can put you on the screen. Any questions for Gabby? We have some time for a Q&A. Anyone? Or maybe I can start, Gabby. A question. What strategies have you seen so far from across the network? What's the most effective strategy you've seen so far in empowering YEs to take on leadership roles in other avenues, including like EvalYouth and maybe like Fobes and other platforms?
I will ask this question to all of you. No, I actually think that EvalYouthAsia is taking the lead into that. And what I think has worked, it's really just giving them a seat at the table, like starting. But maybe there are also other people who can say something about it. But I also think that I'm just gonna give my experience, for example. When I joined the evaluation field, I was like when I joined the evaluation ecosystem, I will say I've been participating in evaluations before and so on. But really what helped me was just participating, like start participating in small initiatives. I remember I joined Evil Youth as part of one of the task forces. And that gave me enough confidence to continue working and to continue participating. And sometimes voluntary work it's difficult, but it's really rewarding. I can say that I've worked a lot for Evil Youth, but what Evil Youth has given me back, it's much more larger. And it has given me not only on the professional side, but like really on the personal side, like connections that I hope that they will last for a long, long time. And I mean, I know that a lot of people here has been participating in Evil Youth, and I hope that you also have the same experience. But I really think that that sort of engagement and that sort of connection is really what drives people then to lead and to then continue participating and ask, and that's some motivation for others to join.
Yeah. Anyone who would like to share their experience? Because I have the same experience as well. I think it's just putting yourself out there, like volunteering your time, showing leaders that you wanna take on this like opportunities or tasks, even though they're small at the beginning, but just showing them that you're there. And once they notice, I guess they'll start to be more open to allowing young people to lead on tasks and initiatives.
Yeah,
So
and you
yeah,
know, like it's also like I think that sometimes it might create discomfort and so on. So why should we just give someone the a seat on the table? But sometimes there is no choice. As because we are participating too much, we are creating these transformations and we are pushing change. So yeah, I
yeah, and
think
it's also, I guess, one of the factors, I guess, is the leaders recognizing the value as well of giving the reins to young and emerging evaluators to do these initiatives because they believe as well in our significant role within the evaluation system. So that's I think a critical factor to empowering more YEs to take on leadership roles. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyone who would share?
I
We
think
have
there's a question in the
uh
chat.
yeah. So Budi from Indonesia says, thanks, Gabby. I like the topic of intergenerational dynamics, but in the office sometimes, yeah, we sometimes face challenges related to multiculturalism and differing perceptions. How can we develop strategies to engage and align everyone toward the same objective?
I really like this topic because I don't know when working, for example, for Evil Youth has given me, I think, some skills on that. But on multiculturalism, right? We interact with people from different parts of the world, and we understand that we have different ways of communicating. And this is a very important question. Thank you for asking, Budi. Intergenerational dynamics and multicultural challenges are very common, I would say, or at least what I've seen. Especially as teams grow more diverse. And I would say that in my experiences, like some of these strategies is like really foster open communication and understand the differences. We not need to create these platforms of dialogue, and when we can openly communicate and when we, I don't know, like sometimes I remember once I was like, I really didn't understand something, why it was working that way. And I shared it with the person, like, I don't understand this, like really clearly and openly. And we discovered that it was like the way the person was communicating was not the way I received that communication, but it was the way communication in their environment. So like when having these open discussions and these open conversations, it helps us to understand the differences. However, like recognizing this difference is important, but also to focus on what actually we have in common and what are the values or what are the goals that resonate with everyone, with both people. And yeah, I think that's really understanding our differences, focusing on the common ground. And I don't know, like to me, inclusive leadership is really important, and looking for spaces where we can learn. Like, for example, for me, Evil Youth has been really important because it has allowed me to understand and to really, in a very, very, very safe space, to understand the differences of the people. And then this is like a great space to start doing this intergenerational and multicultural, like to really just drive in. And I'll say I will probably create opportunities for collaboration, maybe work on something to really understand each other's perspectives and to acknowledge how we can, like from different perspectives, how can we address one common challenge, for example.
All right. Thanks, Gabby. Maybe if you have any last or final words of wisdom or encouragement for our YE leaders here in the audience with us. Gabby, your final word.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't unmute. Yeah, I would say that EvalYouthAsia and in general, young and emerging evaluators in Asia have been the leaders and have been promoting young and emerging evaluators leadership. And sometimes this could seem like a very difficult task. Why am I going to lead all of this initiative? Or how can I do it? But just to start with a simple step. And as I said, that like these intentional actions and these intentional activities will have, and these intentional decisions will have ripple effects. Little I knew that when I was joining the task force and like just, I don't know, organizing webinars and so on, that could give me so much perspective and so much participation. So just, if you're doubting, just start doing it. Start by something small and then it will lead to something else. And if you're already leading and it might be it might seem like a very difficult burden or too big of a challenge, rely on others. Rely, because we cannot work alone and in isolation. Just trust that you have a strong network and trust in your peers to continue driving change.
All right. Thanks so much again, Gabby, for your time. So yeah, now let's see another video from one of our chapters. What have they been up to in the past 5 years? Thanks so much, EvalYouth Mongolia, for that video. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, time flies so fast, isn't it? I can still remember about 4 years ago, at the height of COVID-19, I was gearing up to attend grad school on evaluation, and I was a newbie in the evaluation profession as well. So I was looking for avenues to engage with other evaluators. And then I found a community of young and emerging evaluators instead through EvalYouthAsia. And I was so excited to be part of this network and to work with enthusiastic and committed YEs in the region. And from there, the rest was history. And here we are today, celebrating 5 years of EvalYouthAsia's work. So let me hand over the stage to another fellow co-leader, Praveen, to share EvalYouthAsia's journey of impact in the past 5 years. Over to you, Praveen.
Yeah, thanks, Mai. Um, Let me start with an honest confession. I might not be able to do justice to present all the wonderful things that EYA has done. In these 5 years, in 5 minutes, I became part of EYA in 2023, and in my 2 years journey so far, EYA anniversary celebration has been one of my favorite moments, not only because of the celebrations, but more so because of the reflection that we do, of the works that we have done, of the works that remain to be done, and the lessons that we have learned, and the journey that we have ahead. And this is what continues to inspire me in this EYA journey. So allow me to briefly present what we have done in the last 5 years. I've tried to categorize them in 5 major groups. In the next slide. Yeah, the first one is the capacity building activities. So under this, we have conducted peer-to-peer sessions where we bring together experienced, the seasoned evaluators and YEs in the same virtual platform. The YEs receive top tips and guidance on topics such as SDG evaluation, breaking barriers for evaluators from Global South, advancing career from national to international level, and unlocking opportunities with development organizations like UNFPA and UNICEF. So these are some of the example topics that we have discussed in the P2P sessions. In 2023 and 2024, we have already organized a total of 8 P2P sessions, and we have one more P2P sessions coming up. And in these sessions, more than 200 participants have attended these sessions. The other one is the Winter School, which is, of course, one of our major activities. Winter School is a workshop for YEs to gain knowledge and skills on basic M&E topics, such as evaluation methods, evaluation designs, JC integration in evaluation, indigenous evaluations. We have organized 5 winter schools, both virtual and in person, and 9 follow-up trainings to the winter school as well. And more than 300 participants have attended these winter schools and the follow-up trainings. The next group of activities that we have done come under like EYA chapter consultations. In the beginning years, I understand we have supported launch of national EYA EvalYouth national chapters. And in these 5 years, we have supported launch of like more than 12 EvalYouth national chapters. And now we have like more than 12 EvalYouth chapters. And we continue supporting the national chapters to continue their activities. And also we coordinate to explore different areas for collaborations. In 2023 and 2024, we conducted a series of consultation with the national chapters where we discussed about their ongoing activities, the challenges that they have faced, lessons learned, and we also identified some potential areas of collaborations. And following that, we did a regional consultation where we invited representatives from each of the national chapters, and we discussed about the potential areas for collaboration among national chapters and EYA. The next one is the publications and conference presentations. In 2024, EYA, we wrote a paper exploring the challenges faced by YEs and the potential areas of collaboration and growth. So this paper was presented in European Evaluation Biennial Conference in Italy. The paper is also currently being accepted and reviewed for APIA Journal of Evaluations. And our EYA colleagues have been active in writing blogs to share their knowledge as well as to inspire other YEs. In last 5 years, EYA co-leaders have also left significant marks on national and international evaluation conference. And like Gabby said, we do not only present, but we also really want to lead those discourses and narratives in those conferences to inspire more YEs. The fourth one is the partnership on campaigns. EYA has partnered with various organizations and POPEs on YE targeted campaigns such as Eval for Action, Youth in Evaluation Week. And through these campaigns, we always advocate for better representation of YEs in the evaluation ecosystem. The last one is the grants. So EYA, in coordination with APIA and also with Philippine Evaluators for Development FieldDep, we have collaborated to provide small grants to EvalYouth national chapters. EvalYouth national chapters have received grants to conduct in-person career development or capacity building activities. In 2022 and 2023, out of 10 applications, EvalYouth Bhutan, EvalYouth Sri Lanka, EvalYouth India, and EvalYouth Pakistan were awarded these grants. The other type of grant that has been received by EvalYouth national chapters are seed grant from API and Eval Indigenous. EvalYouth Pacific, EvalYouth Nepal, EvalYouth Sri Lanka have owned those grants. And one of the objectives of those grants is to transfer knowledge and ensure capacity building of YEs on indigenous evaluation methods. And EvalYouthAsia has been always supportive of EvalYouth chapters in implementing these grants as well. So to conclude, so through all these activities in the last 5 years, EYA has established meaningful connections with YEs across the globe and supported in capacity building and networking. And EYA has continued to foster partnership with different POPEs, evaluation associations at national and international level. And through these activities, EYA has continued to advocate for better representation of YEs in the evaluation field. And the most important thing, we are not stopping here. This anniversary is an opportunity for us to reflect on our achievements and learn from our challenges. And EYA will continue to work and advocate for better representation of YEs. Thank you. Thank you, Mai. Over to you.
Thanks, Praveen. I guess it's not much the 5 minutes isn't enough maybe to share all the good things that we've initiated. And what I could say is that in the past 5 years, we've planted good seeds and we've built important bridges with various stakeholders for the YEs here in Asia Pacific. And we look forward to another 5 years, so maybe empowering the younger generation of YEs that are coming into the landscape. All right, and we have one final video to show from, sorry about that, from EvalYouth Nepal.
Hi, we are EvalYouth Nepal. First of all, congratulations to EvalYouthAsia for the 5th anniversary, and we would like to wish EYA for a more successful and productive year. At EvalYouth Nepal, we believe in strengthening partnerships and collaboration for better results. Over the year, we have represented ourselves in APIA Conference, EvalYouthAsia Winter School, IPDET Program, and European Evaluation Society conferences. We have recently received APIA Seed Grant for empowering young and emerging evaluators through Indigenous Evaluation Workshop in Nepal. Through this program, we are aiming to equip YE with knowledge and skills on evaluation. For this, we are looking forward to collaborating with evaluation partners and development organizations in Nepal. Right now, we are happy to be joining EvalYouthAsia in joining this celebration, and we look forward to a more productive year of collaboration and partnership.
Thanks so much for that video from our national chapter in Nepal. And for our next segment, I'd like to call on my fellow co-leads, Xiaoxi and Tashi Choden, for some updates. Over to you, Xiaoxi and Tashi.
Yeah, sure. 1 second, please. So just greeting you all in Sri Lanka together with our winter school organizing team. Can Amo and Uga also come? Okay, they seems like hiding from the camera. Hello. Yeah, we're all here sitting in the same room. Yeah, we're here because of the winter school, and we're also glad to see some of our participants also joined this celebration. Join the celebration together today. So we have they gave me a task to announce some updates together with Tashi. So let's start with a little bit sad, but also forwarding, like leading the new role for the new members a bit. So what I would announce is the some leader will be leaving us. Can you move to the next slide? So May Tashi would be leaving us soon, and Uga and I will be phasing out gradually as well. But we would have a transferring stage, like to guide the new colleague to take up before we go. So just a little brief about our dear colleagues. Let's start from Tashi. She have been working in the APC hub as lead, and in 2023, she have led one of the co-leader in the Youth in Evaluation campaign, facilitating and to share the voice of Eval Youth across the region. And that initiative further, we write it on to facilitate us to formulate the paper that presents in Europe this year. But just to clarify, that paper is not accepted by the Asia Pacific Journal of Evaluation yet. It's under review. But that's where the sparkle is from, that campaign. And also she has contributed to the fourth winter school, etc. So thank you, Tashi, for your contribution to the team. And also want to share a little bit for May, our dear May, and you have been the facilitator around the team. Whenever there is need, you show hands, and your help is always like appreciated. May has been the co-chair for EvalYouthAsia and contributed in several initiatives, including setting up the organizational code of conduct, contributing to the third and the fourth of winter school, and also co-authored with us for the paper that Praveen had mentioned. And Madam Uga, Madam Uga is everywhere, and she's like backbone of several meaningful initiatives, including winter school, including P2P. Like whenever we know Uga's there, we can. I know that things will happen, and she also contributing to the country chapter engagement consultation, and as well as she's co-authored with me for the EYA paper as well. And it's a bit weird to announce what I've done as well. So I have been working, championing P2P initiative together with Uga, Amo, and Maduka to relaunch this peer-to-peer support initiative. And as Praveen said, it's one of the flagship of Eval Youth, and it's a strong brand, like riding on the global initiative. We do hope that this initiative could be continue to sparkle in different countries and to sustain from there. And also like riding on the inspiration among the team from the campaign, from the stories, and from the P2P team's sparkle, we started the idea to create the Eval Youth the EYA paper that we mentioned, that to articulate the struggle, the path, the trajectory of growth for the EYA in Asia. So to leverage that voice to the EES conference, and later to make us to be seen to leverage the ecosystem better for opportunity for YEs in Asia. And also I am glad that I'm here in Sri Lanka. Although I didn't participate much in the beginning of winter school, but I was proud enough to witness how winter school started from idea and landed on the ground solidly, contribute a little together with Amol and Uga and Umesh to make this reality. And I think all the participants and the organizing team is proud to say that we've done this winter school in the quality and in the way that we're proud of. Yeah. So I think this is a start. Definitely, I think our friendship, our work will continue. And I'll hand over to Tashi. Yeah.
Thank you, Xiaoxi. Hello, everyone. Before I officially welcome the new team members of the EvalYouthAsia, I would like to take the opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to all of my colleagues and the founder of EvalYouthAsia. Joining EvalYouthAsia wasn't just an opportunity. It was a stepping stone in the development of my career. Working alongside such experienced individuals and gaining valuable knowledge has truly been a blessing. So I will forever cherish how this platform has helped me build both my confidence and skill. So through EvalYouthAsia, I had the privilege of connecting with the people from around the world, learning from each of you, and sharing in the joy of working together. I'm truly thankful to each one of you for the opportunity to collaborate and work together. So now, as some of my friends and I step down from the team, I want to take this moment and on behalf of all of us to warmly welcome the new co-leaders of the EvalYouthAsia. So I'm excited to introduce our new co-leaders who will be joining us in leading the EvalYouthAsia. So first, we have Hasiti, one of the most active members of EvalYouthAsia, and who will continue to be a valuable part of the team. And next, we have Amul from India. We are excited to have him as a co-leader. And we have Madhuka from Sri Lanka and Praveen from Nepal. It's another strong addition to the leadership team. And also in addition to our co-leadership team, we are also welcoming the Fung Mu, who are senior program specialists in monitoring and evaluations from Malaysia. And Kaliyuna from the Mongolia. And lastly, we have Liping Gu, who is currently pursuing her PhD from China. So thank you all for your continued support and for your passion for advancing evaluation work in the region. So I wish you all the best as you take this important role. So I'm sure that that under your leadership, Asia will continue to create even greater impact across the region. So yeah, once again, congratulations and thank you all.
Thanks so much, Xiaoxi and Tashi, and welcome to our new co-leads. Please open your videos as well if you're here, so everyone can also see you. And over to our next section, Hasidi, over to you for some closing remarks.
Oh, thank you, May, and thank you, everyone. So as we come to the close of EvalYouthAsia's 5th anniversary celebration, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. So today we have reflected on our collective journey over the past 5 years and celebrating milestones, achievements, and the progress that we've been making. So we've seen power of collaboration and strength that comes from diverse voices across Asia working together. We also took time to celebrate not only our successes, but also the relationships, partnerships that's been driving our progress. So EvalYouthAsia is more than a network, it's a community, it's a family. So your unwavering commitment and passion for evaluation is the whole reason that inspires us. So a special thanks to you, Gabriella, joining us as our keynote speaker, and also for the support and guidance for last couple of years. And also a huge thanks to me, our incredible moderator, for guiding us through today's event, and of course, EvalYouthAsia again for last couple of years. And to our outgoing co-leads and our former co-leaders and our founding members who are with us today. I saw Chama and Erika in the room. Thank you very much for your leadership, dedication, contributions. They've been invaluable. I should say that you've left a lasting legacy, and we are profoundly grateful. And to our new colleagues, welcome aboard. We are excited to embark on this journey with you and can't wait to see all that we can accomplish together. And special thanks to our partners and of course, our national chapters, EvalYouth Global and other regional chapters, and our very own EvalYouthAsia members. You are our greatest strength. We are excited about what lies ahead, and we are confident that coming year will be one of the brightest and the most impactful yet. So together we will continue to grow, collaborate, and make a difference. And I would like to thank Punya and EPC Hub for your communication supports and behind the scenes efforts. Maybe next slide. Well, this has been announced a few times now, but I'm so proud to share that 5th Asia Pacific Winter School just concluded successfully in Sri Lanka, and congratulations to all the participants who completed it. And as we look ahead, let us continue to inspire each other. Our work is far from here, and the future is bright. And again, I'm confident that together we will drive even a greater change. Thank you once again for being part of this journey, and cheers to the next 5 years of EvalYouthAsia and beyond. May?
Thanks so much, Hasidi. And before we go, please open your cameras for our group photo. Praveen, take it away. If you could open your cameras for a few seconds. Okay, we have
yeah, thanks, Ma. Can you stop sharing the screen for a few seconds?
Sorry. There we go. Let's see you guys on the screen.
Yeah, can you all, like if possible, can you all turn on your camera? Okay. Okay, I see many faces now, so exciting to see every one of you. Okay, more cameras are popping up. Okay, I think that's it. Let me take a snapshot.
Smile.
Okay, I think one more. Sorry, last one. I just wanted to make sure that I capture everyone. Sorry.
Okay. Keep those smiles.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Mai.
All right. And before we go, we have some couple of announcements more. We have our last event for the year. Next week is our P2P career session on the 13th of December. We have Mohib Iqbal, who will be sharing about unlocking impact, how to design and implement effective evaluation. So if you are available on the 13th of December, please register through the QR code on the screen. And yes, It's been a fun ride being a co-leader at EvalYouthAsia, and I'm deeply thankful to have been part of this initiative. I learned a lot. I gained not just knowledge and skills and a network and community, but also lifelong friends who I treasure. It's long overdue, but I'm happy to finally leave the team, knowing that there are newer, younger, and more capable YEs who will continue to raise the flag of EA, not just here in our region, but also at the global level. So there we go. 5 amazing years of EvalYouthAsia has gone to history. And we'd like to thank everyone, as Hasati had said, who have been there from day one, our founding members, the co-leaders, everyone who volunteered and took part in all of our events online and in person. We're grateful to all of you for joining us in this journey of empowering YEs in Asia Pacific. And we look forward to seeing you again next year. Thanks, everyone, and have a good day to all of you. Happy anniversary! Yay!
Happy anniversary. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you,
Bye
everyone.
bye. Happy anniversary.